Donald Trump, whether you admire him or not, commands attention. He's a figure that sparks strong reactions, no matter your political leanings. But here's the thing. Beyond the headlines and the controversies, there's something undeniably powerful about his relentless drive. The question is, what can we learn from that? What if I told you that his mindset, whether you agree with his methods or not, holds key lessons for discovering your true, authentic self and building resilience in ways you might not have considered before? Would you believe me? We're often taught to play it safe, to follow a path that others have paved for us. We're conditioned to follow the rules, stick with what's comfortable, and seek approval. But what if the real secret to success, and perhaps to your own self-empowerment, isn't about playing it safe at all? What if the very traits that made Trump the figure he is today, from his perseverance to his unapologetic confidence, are the same qualities that could unlock your true potential? What if the drive you've been missing to live your most authentic life is exactly what you need to learn from someone like him? I know it sounds surprising, maybe even uncomfortable, to think of Trump as a source of wisdom for self-discovery. But hear me out. There's something to be said about the way he embraces challenges. Trump's life has been full of ups and downs, each setback often met with criticism, failure, and even public humiliation. Yet, time and time again, he's bounced back, stronger, and more determined. What's his secret? What keeps him moving forward when many others would have given up? Here's the key difference: resilience. It's not about luck or even innate talent. It's about how we respond to rejection, failure, and the inevitable obstacles life throws our way. When you look at Trump's career, you see a pattern of public setbacks, failed businesses, bankruptcies, and a barrage of personal attacks. For most people, those moments would mark the end of their career, or at least cause a significant retreat. But not for him. No matter how many times he's been knocked down, he finds a way to get back up and keep pushing forward. And that's the lesson. It's not the obstacles that matter, it's how we respond to them. Think about the last time you faced rejection or failure in your life, whether it was a missed opportunity, a setback in your career, or even a relationship that didn't work out. How did you handle it? For most of us, it's easy to spiral, to dwell on what went wrong, or even to give up entirely. But Trump's resilience is a reminder that success isn't just about avoiding failure. It's about learning to move forward despite it. The driving force behind Trump's resilience is his ability to maintain an unwavering belief in his vision, even when others doubt him. He has an uncanny ability to block out external criticism and keep pushing toward his goals, regardless of the public opinion. It's this quality that has allowed him to continue building his brand and pushing boundaries. But what if we could harness this same mindset? So, what can we learn from Trump? How can we apply this resilience to our own lives? The answer isn't about mimicking his every move or embracing his controversial methods, but about embracing the mindset that failure isn't the end. Instead, it's part of the process. What's important is not whether you fail, but how you bounce back, how you continue to move forward with the belief that your goals are worth the effort. That is where true authenticity lies. Not in avoiding mistakes, but in staying true to your vision and pushing through the tough moments, no matter how hard they may seem. Resilience doesn't come from avoiding failure. It's all about how we respond to it. In many ways, Donald Trump's career is a testament to the power of bouncing back after failure. Think about it. He's had his fair share of setbacks, whether it was losing a major business deal, dealing with relentless media scrutiny, or facing public ridicule. These are the kinds of experiences that would cause most people to retreat, to second-guess their decisions, or even walk away entirely. Yet Trump never allowed those moments to define him. In fact, he often used them as fuel for his next move, turning what could have been a devastating setback into an opportunity for growth and reinvention. Now, imagine if we could apply that same mindset to our own lives. Think about the times you faced rejection, whether it was from a job you wanted, a relationship that didn't work out, or even within your own inner circle. How did you respond? Did you retreat inward, questioning your worth? Or did you get back up, learning from the experience and moving forward? Trump's resilience teaches us that setbacks are not a signal to give up. Instead, they are opportunities to redefine ourselves and grow stronger in ways we never expected. But how do we begin to put this into practice? What's the mindset that ties all of this together? Here's where things get really interesting. What if the key to resilience isn't just about toughing it out, but in fully embracing the discomfort of those challenges, and yes, even the uncertainty of failure itself? This is where most people get it wrong, and where many fall short. It's easy to think that resilience is about pushing through with sheer willpower, but true resilience is rooted in something deeper. Trump's ability to thrive in the face of adversity isn't just because of his business acumen or his drive. It's because he's deeply committed to staying true to his vision, no matter the cost. His determination to maintain focus on his goals, even when things are falling apart around him, is what sets him apart. But what if that could be your approach to life as well? The difference lies in the ability to hold on to a vision of who you are, what you want, and where you're going, even when external circumstances seem impossible. It's not about pretending the challenges don't exist, but about accepting the discomfort of failure and using it as a catalyst for growth. The discomfort you feel during difficult times isn't something to avoid. It's something to lean into, learn from, and use as a stepping stone. When you shift your perspective on failure from something that holds you back to something that moves you forward, resilience becomes second nature. What Trump teaches us, whether consciously or not, is that resilience is built on staying anchored to your true vision, even when things aren't going according to plan. It's about understanding that your journey won't be linear, that setbacks are part of the process, and that each failure is just another step in the direction of your goals. What if, instead of fearing failure, we embraced it as part of our story, as part of what makes us stronger and more authentic? This is the mindset that fuels real resilience, the kind that doesn't just survive, but thrives, no matter the obstacles in the way. So, how does all of this tie into authenticity? Here's the kicker. Trump's relentless drive to succeed is rooted in his unwavering belief in his own vision of success, not in what others think he should be or do. His brand of authenticity is unapologetic. He shows up as he is, regardless of the judgment, the criticisms, or the expectations placed on him. Whether people love him or loathe him, he doesn't let external opinions define his worth or dictate his direction. This is where his true power lies, in his refusal to be swayed by anything outside of his vision of who he is and where he wants to go. Now, imagine if you adopted this same approach. What if, instead of constantly bending to societal pressures or adjusting your actions to meet others' expectations, you started showing up fully, unapologetically, as yourself? What would it feel like to pursue your goals? Not because someone else told you it was the right thing to do, but because it aligns with your true self. What if you stopped measuring your worth based on how well you fit into the boxes others have created for you, and instead measured your worth by how closely you align with your own inner compass? This kind of authenticity is not about perfection or fitting into any mold. It's about living and pursuing what feels right for you, regardless of what anyone else thinks. The key here is not just to pursue your goals, but to do it from your true self, unaffected by the judgments around you. It's easy to say, I'm going to do my own thing, but living authentically takes more than just a declaration. It's about integrating this belief into your daily life, showing up for yourself every day in ways that reinforce your sense of self-worth and direction. The moment you start living in alignment with your true self, something incredible happens. You stop waiting for permission from others, and you stop making decisions based on fear or external validation. Instead, you trust yourself enough to take risks, to make mistakes, and to own your journey without apology. Now, I can already hear you thinking, this sounds great, but what does it really look like in practice? It's easy to think of authenticity as something grand and dramatic, something that happens in big moments. But what if the real test of authenticity isn't in those grand gestures or big moments, but in the small, everyday choices you make that affirm your true self? It's not about waiting for a life-changing event to finally show up as your true self. It's about consistently making choices that reflect your values, your desires, and your passions, regardless of what anyone else thinks. These small acts add up over time and they shape the person you become. Here's a simple exercise to help you start right now. Take a moment today to identify one small decision you've been hesitating on because of what others might think. It could be as simple as speaking up in a meeting, pursuing a hobby you've always wanted to try, or even dressing in a way that feels authentic to you, not based on trends or others' opinions. Once you identify this, take action. Don't wait for permission, and don't second-guess yourself. This small act of defiance against external pressures will begin to shift your mindset and empower you to show up more authentically in your everyday life. By consistently making these choices, you'll start to build the resilience needed to stay true to yourself, just like Trump, but with your own unique, unapologetic brand of authenticity. Here's what you can do today. Begin by identifying just one decision or action you've been avoiding because of the fear of judgment or rejection. It could be something as significant as making a career move, taking a stand for a belief that matters to you, or even something simpler like saying no to an invitation or request that doesn't align with your values. Whatever it is, the simple act of making that decision from a place of inner clarity, without worrying about how others will perceive it, will start to unlock a deeper sense of authenticity and resilience within you. You see, it's often in the smallest decisions that our true self begins to shine through. These everyday moments are where authenticity is built, not in grand gestures or lofty ambitions, but in the small, quiet acts of choosing what's right for you, no matter the outside noise. Now think about it. What's the one thing you've been holding back from doing simply because you're worried about how others will perceive it? Maybe it's a long overdue conversation you've been avoiding, or it could be a boundary you've been too afraid to set. It might even be something as simple as pursuing a passion or taking a leap of faith in an area that excites you but feels risky. These are the moments when you're faced with a choice: to act from a place of courage or to allow fear and doubt to keep you stuck in inaction. By stepping into that decision, regardless of the potential judgment or rejection, you'll feel a new sense of power rising within you. The more you practice this, the more resilient you'll become. And soon enough, you'll find that the opinions of others don't hold as much sway over you, because your sense of self-worth won't be anchored in their approval. The beauty of this practice is that it doesn't require any huge shifts or dramatic changes. It's about showing up authentically in the small, everyday moments. Every time you make a decision based on your true self, it strengthens your connection to your own values and deepens your ability to act with resilience, regardless of external challenges. Think of it as building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And while the world around you may be filled with distractions and noise, you'll start to tune in to the inner voice that knows exactly who you are and what's best for you. The more you listen to that voice, the more your actions will align with your true self. And that's where true confidence and resilience come from. So take a moment to reflect on that one thing you've been putting off because of fear. What's the first step you can take today to move past that fear and into action? I encourage you to take that step, no matter how small, and share it in the comments below. Let us know what that one action is and how you plan to step into your true self with confidence, no matter the challenges that come your way. And if this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to join me on this ongoing journey of self-discovery. Thank you for watching. Remember, being authentic doesn't mean being perfect. It means showing up with resilience, confidence, and the courage to be yourself, regardless of what the world may think. Your true self is already within you, waiting to be unleashed.